Alrighty, what is up, guys? Tech Asian back here again, and today we're just gonna do practice and reviewing our code. So we're gonna go over what we've learned since the start of it. So let's see, we got our functions, the most recent functions. We've got setting variables, getting to know strings, escape characters. So we're just gonna bang that into our brains and just like have that and just like get it down so we know how to do each one of these, and then we'll jump into some more practice where we'll get some more knowledge, I guess, on and more practice, just more and more practice. So these are just the most basic code in Python. So if you want to look for just seeing how other people have codes and just reading through some code, I'd recommending going to like GitHub and looking for Python 3 files, or you can go on bitbucket.org or gitorious.org. So there's just a couple sites out there that if you read just like other people's projects that they created for Python or they've written in that language, and you just look at them and you just read through and trying to see what each line of the code does, it's really helpful. So yeah, let's open VS Code, and the first thing we're gonna do today is we're just gonna create a document and write a whole bunch of things that we've learned, like all the format characters that we've learned so far, and it's just some review. So uh, I won't create a Python file. We're gonna create a review.txt file. So actually, you know what? We'll do a Python file. So review.py. So what we're going to do, we'll start out with what we learned on the first day. So we learned how to print things. So you can use single quotes or double quotes. So print, remember, hello world is how we started it all out on the first day. And then you could also print hi. You could also do like quotations inside. So quotations, hi, said the kind neighbor, or something. All right. So there's that. There's the print function. Then we learned setting variables. So like variable, we'll say, what do we want to write? We'll say, remember, we did age. We could switch away from that, and we'll say, let's say someone's address is equal to a string, perhaps. So you could say address equals, this is probably not right, but Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, DC. Alrighty. So there's that, stores it as string, and then let's say we wanted to print the address right there. We also learned how to input like different strings. So we'll set two more different, we'll do a number for one and a string for the other. So we have address. So let's say visit equals, we'll say instead of that being a number, we'll say this is an input value. So the user will have to input, and then obviously they would be able to input anything. So we're going to say int input. So they would only be able to input an integer value. And then we could say print let's see, I've visited the %r %d times. And then we can go out here, put the percent symbol, and then specify the %r would have been the address, and then this would have been visit. And then you could also put whatever you want to put inside the input. So let's say how many times have you been to the White House? Question mark. And then let's just run this for now. So this is just some simple code. I'm just generating off the top of my head, and it should appear, hi, how many times have you been to the White House? Let's say once. And then it says I visited the blank one time, Washington, D.C. one times. Okay. So, yeah, that's pretty simple. Some easy stuff in there. Let's do another. Let's see. We did the %R, %D, %. Let's leave a comment right here. So let's say address of the White House. So there's that. Pretty easy. Let's see what else we've had on this slides presentation. Let's go back to the first day. So we have creating comments. We had the addition. Oh, let's put in some addition signs in here. So we'll do like, let's see, what can we add together? So pencils equal, let's say total pencils equals lead plus wooden. And then let's specify lead equals, let's have the user input how many, let's put this in quotes, how many lead pencils do you have per se? And then we could obviously say that wooden equals input how many wooden pencils do you have? So yeah. And then we could do some division in there. I'm not going to go over that. We know how to do that, obviously. Remember, division also creates a float value, as it has a decimal. It puts a 0.0 at the end if it doesn't go into it evenly. So keep that in mind. We could also do the comparison, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to. And also don't forget that this equal sign is not the same as equals equals. Equals equals just means this, you're setting it as the value. Equals equals, you're making a comparison if it's equal to each other. So there's that difference. But yeah, let's go on. The modulus symbol, that's the remainder, basically. It gives you the remainder value. We've gone over variables. We've gone over strings and using these format characters again. We just use %R, %D are the ones that I've used the most. %I also works for %D instead. %F is your floating number. Also the %%. So we also have, let's write a poem or something. So we'll say print like twinkle twinkle little star or something. And then we can print so remember how we could do this and then do so let's say we wanted a tab, so we can do /t twinkle twinkle little star, and then we could tab this whole thing. So how maybe it's this. Yeah, it's this. Twinkle twinkle little star, and then we can do a new line and then a new tab. How I wonder what you are. And then I'm not sure if I do this, will it start a new line? Not sure. We're gonna try it out again. I forget. So this is the time where you explore different things, where you can write your own code, try it out, and just figure out what things that you aren't sure on, and then just explore this code. So this is a great time to do that, just so you solidify everything you don't know, and then we can jump on to another section, and then we can build upon that, so you're not confused on everything we're doing. So I wonder what you are. We can do twinkle, twinkle, little star. All right, we'll run this. We'll see what happens. So obviously we're just gonna put the number 1. It's gonna have me input that. How many blood pencils? We'll do 1, 1, and then, so yeah. I didn't need to have this new line in here, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I did, because it did put it down 1. So, yeah, so this printed a new line, and it had an extra line in there, because I put the 3 thing, so it would format everything in here. Because if I did this, I'd get an error. See? So you get a blue thing. So we learned about the triple quotations. Let's see what else. We could go through functions. I'm not that well versed in writing my own functions, but I guess we could. Let's see. What else could we do? Opening a new file. We could go over that again. Printing stuff. Those were inputs, parameters. So those were the script things. So let's see. We'll create a new file. I'll just call this random underscore random.py. Let's see. We could do script, comma. We'll pass in a variable, so we'll say age equals argv. I forgot to import the import from system. Import system from argv. Is that right? No. Import argv. Argv from no, I swear it's the other way around. Import system from, or maybe it's from system import argv. There we go. Okay, that's how we do it. See, that's the power of reviewing and just knowing how to do stuff and going over it. So I've dragged this on pretty long. We'll just go through. We'll just pass the number age in there. So we'll say we'll print my age is, and then remember, you don't need to put, if it's just 1, we don't need to use that % symbol or just put a format character in there. We could just do this and just call it. So how do we run this again? Remember, we're gonna do import, or not import, Python, and then random.py, and then you put age, or no, you wouldn't put age, you put a number in there. So we'll put like 17, and then yeah, my age is 17. So that pretty simple stuff right there. Let's see, what else do we have to do? We could do defining a function. We'll do that, or we'll say we'll open this file. We'll open random.py. So we'll do create file or write file or whatever. So the first part, let's see if I remember how we do this. So we'll create a define open file is what we're gonna call it. We're gonna call op file. So it's gonna be called open file. What are we gonna put in there? File name it's gonna be this, and then we're just gonna be called open file name. That's what it's gonna pass through, and then what should we do? Open this file and read it. .read. Maybe that will work. Who knows? Okay, and then we'll say print file name dot read. Is that how I was supposed to do it? Probably not. Let's see. I'm not sure. So we'll open the other our recent file. So this was it was all in the first exercise. So manipulating files. I wasn't too confident in that, so we're just gonna see how it. So you open the file name, and then you eventually have to read it. So how would you read the file? Target.truncate. That was deleting the file. And then you could write target.write the file. Let's see. So there's the .read function, and then if you want to print the, yeah, you just do text.read. Oh, so you have to set the open as a variable. Got it. So let's see, I just closed the other one, so we'll have to open another one. And so instead of just open, we have to set like text equals open file, and then let's see, we can print text.read. But yeah, that's one way of doing it. I don't get why it's saying undefined variable though. Unused variable txt. Maybe this has to be in here. It probably has to. That would make sense, right? And then you would just run this. Pretty sure. OP file. Nah. Print OP file. Is that how you would do it? Let's see. So maybe we have to say, so it's giving me the file name. So it's probably from, let's do this, from system import argv. And then we'll say script, comma, file name equals argv. Probably don't need to do that, but we'll do this. And then we'll say Python, let's see, what is script equal to? Create underscore file.py, and then we'll say test.txt. And then yeah, there we go. That's just the quickest way to do it. So just a little trouble in there. I'm pretty sure we don't need argv. There's a different way to do it with the args that I was talking about the other day. But that's all for now. I'm just going to cut it short for today. We'll go into more practice tomorrow, and there's going to be a lot of different things we're going to be doing tomorrow. It's just compiling everything together, just so by the time we end this first section, we'll know what to do. So I think there's like 2 exercises left, and then we'll probably let's see, take a test maybe, or have a quiz to go over. But that's all for now. We'll get we're almost there. We're almost done with this section. Then we'll start going to the more complicated things. We can actually start running like games, like with if statements, perhaps, maybe. That's what's going to be coming up. I still have yet to decide. But that's all for now, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.